Hi, it's Ricky from Lux Resort Bliss, and today we're going to look at getting some great flight specials. How we go about putting great packages together and getting the best deal on a flight. You know, it was once the case that we'd go to a travel agent or we'd look online and we'd have to assume that that was the best price. But now there's ways that we can check. We can make sure we get the best deal, see what all the options are very easily and quickly. And this usually starts with a quick search on Google Flights. It's easy enough to find. I simply went to Google Flights, and it's the first one that came up here. And when you click, it's populated my location here, and it thinks I want to fly to Mexico. I'm not sure if I want to fly to Mexico this week, but we'll try somewhere. Let's try, say, if we wanted to fly out of New York. Say we're flying from JFK, and there's JFK Airport. Or if we put New York, then we can actually add a few. Then you can choose a few here. Or if you know the airport codes, you can sort of line them up. You can put up to about 5 on here. Let's say we're flying out of Newark and we want to fly to Los Angeles, and we want to fly, let's say we're going to Jamaica. And sometime very soon. We'll search that. You can see we could find out our airport codes, or we could write Montego Bay or Kingston, or we can choose. And it's already given us 2 different options. But let's say we didn't know if we wanted to go to Jamaica. We knew we had, we want to put a package tour together. We knew we wanted to go to the Caribbean. Well, we could actually scan out here, and we could see what our actual flight costs are. And that would give us a bit of an idea of where we could fly cheaply. And we can see here that, Miami's in Florida, but Cancun in Mexico. And it's not exactly, it's in Mexico, but it's on the Caribbean Sea. And we can go through here and we can see where the cheaper places are to fly. And we can see from this basically that it's pretty consistent wherever we go in the Caribbean. The prices are pretty well the same. Then, from that little search, we can see that if we can find a good hotel deal, or we find our ideal hotel, we can pretty well find a flight to get us there in the Caribbean in this period that I've selected. And the period that I've selected in this case is a 1-week trip in the next 6 months. And before we had Google Flights, you couldn't really see this information that easily. There were engines that could do this, but they were a bit restricted in that they took a long time and you'd only get a small window. What Google has allowed is for you to get a quick overview of all these destinations quite quickly. But the thing is, it doesn't cover all your options. Then I'm going to show you in another video how to hone down and get the best price, but this will give you a great idea of what's available when and where. Then what we might further do is, we know that we want to go in January sometime, and we want to go for 2 weeks, but we can actually specify dates, or we can have flexible dates, and we can adjust this period as well. And if we redo that search there, we'll hit enter again. It'll load us up with some new results. Done. And I think they're already entered. Then you can see, or if we want to fly to somewhere in Asia, let's say the Philippines. Yeah. The Philippines. Then we can see Now, there's some great resorts in the Philippines, especially some of the best resorts in the world are over here by Palawan. Over here. Say if we wanted to fly over here. Well, we can see that we're starting to get a lot of options. And we can see that they're quite expensive. But Davao City is about $1,000. Then we can certainly know that if we're flying to this area of the world, we can probably get there, for an extra $600 compared to the Caribbean. And then we can begin to start to choose, do we want to fly to the Philippines where we're going to get great value for our money and some really spectacular resorts? Or do we want to fly to the Caribbean where it's a shorter flight? The options become much clearer to you.